Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be doing a little bit of an unboxing. I just got this package in today, so let's jump right into it and see what's inside. I'm sure what's inside has already been spoiled by my title, but I'm going to act like it's not. Ooh, I am pretty excited about this purchase. And here we go. In this box we have the Sony PlayStation 5 Dualsense Edge Pro controller. Sony just released this controller in January, probably maybe like 3 weeks ago, and you can only buy it on Sony's website. And ever since I've gotten my PS5, it just kind of sits there and collects dust because there wasn't a controller that I really wanted to use while gaming on my PlayStation 5. This is the controller I normally use. I use a SCUF, and it's a PS4 controller, and as some of you guys may know, PS4 controllers are not able to be used on your PlayStation 5, which was a big bummer that they released the PS5s when they first got announced. And with this controller right here, I will be able to play a lot more variety games that I have been avoiding on my PlayStation 5, and also I can plug it into my PC and use it that way too. One of the other main reasons why I got this controller, other than the fact that I can use it on my PlayStation 5 and on my PC, is I kind of wanted to move away from getting SCUF controllers, because over the years they just get more and more expensive. And I went to look into buying one the other day, and it was over 300 bucks, and this only comes in, I know it's a little bit more expensive than the normal DualSense controllers. This is only $199.99, but it has everything you need in a Pro controller, and the pricing kind of makes sense to me, so I'm not too worried about the pricing. But with it being $100 less at least from what the PS5 SCUF controllers are going for right now, this was an easy decision for me, moving into long term for me when it comes to games. As I'm opening this, another plus that it came down to was the warranty. And with SCUF, you only get a 60-day warranty. And some of you guys that know me well, some of you guys that don't, I've gone through my fair share of SCUF controllers. You can see them over here. I have my SCUF graveyard back there. Maybe I'll show that one day, where I have 3 controllers that I've gone through over the last 7 years, I think. And with the 60-day warranty, a lot of things won't happen to your controller within the 60 days that it gives you with SCUF. So I would often find myself maybe like 8 to 12 months down the line, maybe my thumbstick was messing up and I had to turn it in and get it fixed, and that's like another $40 on top of what I already paid for the controller, which I don't like. And with the PlayStation warranty, they have a full 1-year warranty, and there's other huge pluses that come with this controller that I'll show you once I get to the unboxing. But I'm not going to waste any more time. Let's open up the controller. It's in a nice case, and one of the other pluses it's included with a very nice travel case, which you would have to pay extra for other controllers. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. This is my first time opening this up, as you guys can see. So, ooh, and the first reaction of the feel of the case, it's really nice, very good quality. And there's other cool things that I'll show you here in a bit. It's all white case, has the Sony symbol up front. It even has the PlayStation logos on the 2 zippers, and it has the double zippers. It's kind of nice. Let's open this bad boy up and get a first look at the controller. Whoa! I like to say the packaging is very good for this controller so far. I have a SCUF carrying case too, and it's pretty similar to that, except for this can fit a lot more in it, which is very nice. One of the first things I noticed was the really nice Sony branded USB-C, I think, cable. It's really nice. I think it's like a 3-foot one. This will really come in handy for me, since we'll use it on PC a lot. Well, and let's get our first look at the controller. Wow, this looks great. I'll get more close-up looks with the controller in a second, but wow, first feel of the controller, it feels great. It's a little bigger than the regular default controller that I have here that came with my PlayStation 5. They look similar. One of the big ones, they changed the color of the touchpad, and then this is a shiny material right here. I wish it was metal, but that should be okay. I'm not too worried about that. The white, I know the white's gonna get dirty no matter what, but that's okay. But let's just take a look at this controller. Seems like they really put a lot of detail into this controller, and like I said, the touchpad did change to the black, and it's gonna be hard to see. I'll put a picture here, but it has all the button shapes etched into the touchpad, which is a nice, unnecessary but really nice looking piece that they added. It's also on the tips of the triggers as well, which looks pretty sweet. And overall, at first glance, the controller looks pretty great. Looks great. But let's get into one of the main reasons why it's considered a pro controller and why I was most interested in it. The first thing, we'll start off with the paddles. As you can tell, there's 3 settings here on the paddles. I don't know if you can see that good, but I'll explain it. They have the normal paddles, like you would get on a normal controller. And they also have like trigger stops, and you have 3 settings. You have the middle setting, which basically makes the trigger go down just a little bit. And then you have, like, for more FPS game, you put it all the way down, and it has the quick response triggers. And when it comes to the settings of most games, you can choose the dead zones for your triggers. So you can make sure that the game will pick up those instant triggers. And my favorite thing is you can change it on the fly. I don't have to worry about maybe playing a game that won't allow me to have my FPS triggers and the quick response triggers. And you can change it on the fly with no hesitation. You don't have to change any settings, you don't have to do anything else, which is why I prefer these over the digital mouse click triggers that some controller companies offer, which I had on my Scuf, which is amazing, but it limits you to mostly just FPS games, and some games like Battlefield you're kind of iffy on whether or not it's going to work or not. You got to go into the settings and do all this stuff. Another thing is the back paddles. I don't have any of them in, but as it comes with the case, you have your paddles right here. You have your big paddles. I'll throw those on and show you, and it's real nice. They clip right in, and you really probably, I don't know if you can hear that, but they clip right in. It's really easy. It's kind of like magnetic. It's a little better than what the Xbox Elite controllers are. Those were more like flimsy, but these are pretty similar. I'd say they're not much different, but they're a little different for sure. And like they have them if you hold your controller normal like this, or they also have, they're pretty easy to get out. They have the smaller little paddles for people who maybe hold their controller a little different, and it comes up like there. There's the 2 differences of the paddles, and see how, like, that's how I would normally hold it. And then these ones you have to go up there for people who maybe like hold their controllers like this. I don't know, I'll probably get used to the ones that are down here. That's what I'm used to, but we'll see. The joysticks feel really nice. The controller overall feels really nice, so I'm pretty excited to get in this. Another thing, if you don't like the default thumbsticks, they have their own. They have a couple links. They have the domed sticks that you can take out. I'm not going to take them out now because I'm not sure how to. I don't want to break it. But they also have like a longer one. So if you like longer thumbsticks, then go ahead. I personally like just the default ones, because sometimes I'll use a control freak, so I'm okay with that. But here it is. The main reason why I chose this controller over Scuf is because Sony went above and beyond when it comes to stick customization. Like I said, I showed you they went above and beyond when it comes to like the health of your controller and the longevity of it. Because my issue, I play Call of Duty a lot. I'm always tapping on the sprint button. The sprint button always goes out first on my Scuf controller. Luckily, this one has lasted me over 2 years. The best Scuf I've had yet, but everything back there in the graveyard, I've either gotten fixed once or twice, and it just goes that quick, and you can kind of tell that about their product. But I bought one of these. It is a stick module, and basically if you have any issues with any of your sticks on your controller, they sell these individually for $20, and you just replace them in there. And instead of just replacing like the thumbstick, it's like fixing the whole internal issue. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you how this is fixed and why I'm super excited about this. You just hit the release button. This flap comes open, and as I said earlier, this little piece comes off. It's just a hard plastic. It's not like a metal or anything, so be careful with those. You just pull up these little tabs right here, and then poop, it pops right out. And then, like I said, you buy one of these, $20. That's better than sending your controller in, waiting for them to diagnose it, paying $40+ to get a whole thing fixed. You flop in a new one of these. And I'll just do it with this one. It's kind of cool. This is like, so like the hardware is just it's a little nice. It's really nice that you're able to just do that. You just pop it back in like so, pull down that lever. Like I said, you're good to go. Pop this plastic piece back in, and I recommend being a little gentle with that, because like I said, it's just hard plastic. It could break. And then it pops right in. You don't have to do anything else, because the little release button on the back, once you press it, it pops up. And once you close it, you won't have to do anything again. Also, before I get to the software of this controller, these buttons right here, if you noticed, They're kind of just remapping buttons, I'm pretty sure. I was hoping they were extra paddles, but really I'm not disappointed that they're not, because I probably won't use these. But I'm pretty sure it's how you switch profiles. They're kind of like FN buttons, like on your keyboard, or like you can kind of remap, switch profiles, and I'll show you the software of the controller now. For people who sometimes maybe like often trip over their controller while it's plugged in, while you're charging it, when you're not using it. But basically this back spot, it's Velcro. It comes open like that. And as you can see, the end of your controller is right there. And you just plug it in through here, plug it into a charger, you zip it up so it's nice and safe, and you're good to go. You can charge it while it's in here. I think it was a nice little feature that they added. And also they do have like this little lock-in USB thing that you can add onto your controller, where it basically locks the cord into your controller. So like I said, if you trip on it, it doesn't unplug, or if it comes out of, I don't know, comes out of whatever. I might use it. I'll try it out, let you guys know. And I did just move my setup around, so I don't have my Elgato set up. So I'm gonna just kind of voice over some of the features that it has when it comes to the software of the PlayStation DualSense Edge controller. It'll give you a little bit of a summary. So basically, like I said, this is custom profiles where you can assign certain things that you like. Like if you're playing Warzone and you want to have a certain button mapping for Warzone, you can set it to a profile. If you're playing FIFA, set it to a profile. So in those FN buttons up front is basically where you can go from back and forth to each profile, and you can do it all on your Sony PlayStation 5. It's super easy. Like I said, I didn't have my Elgato set up, so I haven't been able to show you guys myself, but I did look through it. It looks pretty sweet, pretty self-explanatory. One of the main things, let me try to find it. These are all the customization options you have for each profile. Basically, like I said, custom mapping of each button. You got your stick sensitivities and your dead zones, like I was talking about earlier, your trigger dead zones, your vibration on or off. I usually play with it off, trigger effect intensity, and basically that's when your haptic feedback on the PlayStation 5 that allows you to make everything feel more realistic. I turn that off all the time. There's the custom mapping right there. You can choose anything you'd like. This is a big one. The sensitivity curve for each thing, for each stick, you can basically pick how you want it to feel. If you want it to feel like super tight, super loose, I recommend everybody that has this controller go through here, read everything carefully, pick whatever playstyle you think you are, and for whatever game it matches, because the profile, with the profile switch feature, you won't have to be stuck to a certain dead zone sensitivity and stuff like that. You can always just switch it over, which is another great feature. You can do the input range, where basically, like I said about the trigger stops, you can put how much force you have to put down on the triggers for the input to work. Custom profiles, and also if you're plugged in with a headset through your controller, it does the volume and it does the game to voice chat mixer right there for you. All right, guys, that's it for my review. I'm gonna hop in. I'm gonna play a few games. I'll probably play some on stream. Make sure you follow my stream. The link's down below. Also to my Twitter, Instagram, everything. If you want to keep up with all my videos, what I'm doing, everything like that. This video gets 10 likes, I'll be doing another review video after I've used this controller for a few weeks and my final thoughts on this controller, and if it is worth the $200 price tag. But other than that, I appreciate you guys stopping by. Appreciate you guys watching the video. Leave a like, subscribe if you're new. We're on the road to 100. Appreciate it. Thank you guys.